Welcome back, everyone. Our top story for tonight. An emergency session of the Imperium Senate has been called, and every single senator from across Prodigium is now gathered at the Capitol. This is a nearly unprecedented event, as it has only occurred 2 other times in the history of the established Imperium. One was to discuss the controversial Great AI Purge, where the Imperium ordered the destruction of all sentient machines. The other was to discuss the temporary leave of former Emperor Lenticerum due to an emergency medical issue stemming from an immense bout of constipation that lasted for nearly a year. What is the topic of the day, you ask? We have no fucking clue. However, we just received word that the proceedings were called to order by Lady Casadora, the former Empress and overall S-tier hag. Some have speculated the recent series of intergalactic clusterfucks has prompted this emergency action from the government. It may be possible that we are witnessing the beginnings of a Prodigium First Supreme impeachment. Whatever the case may be, a general consensus has been reached by just about everyone that shit is about to get real.
Look at them. They think they're in control. They think they're going to save their precious Imperium. Little do they know that salvation is indeed at hand. But it is my hand that will deliver it. Harry, what is the status of the weapon?
All systems are primed and ready to go. You may give the order to fire whenever ready, General.
Has Senator Erarch managed to get us access to the Imperium Senate Chamber's comm system, like he promised?
Yes, everything is in place for your diabolical villain speech.
Excellent. Begin the transmission.
As chairman of the floor, I now call this session of the Imperium Senate to order. Now, listen, I know you were all asked to come here quite unexpectedly, so my apologies to anyone who had some important plans ruined. Birthday parties, dinner reservations at Horgia, secret scandalous resort trips with a mistress, gigolo, whatever. We've got a serious problem here. Mr. Speaker, is everyone accounted for?
All senators are present, except for Erarch of the Lancunians.
There's a shocker, probably fist deep in some Teely supermodel's asshole. That's fine! Nobody's gonna miss that douche anyway. Alright, whatever, let's just proceed. In order to explain the conundrum, I'd like to turn it over to the former Empress, Lady Casadora!
My fellow Imperium officials and loyal servants of the Veil, I come here today under the most dire of possible circumstances. A maliciously impure evil threatens to tear apart our great society. I am sure you have witnessed the unruly havoc as of late in Prodigium. It is with immense regret that I admit my mistake before you. But I must, for this is a mistake that I cannot rectify without your compliance.
Lady Casadora, I couldn't agree more. You have made a mistake. Many, actually. Unfortunately, you'll never have the chance to repair the damage you and those ignorant fuckheads in the room have caused. But don't worry, I'll be doing it for you.
You! I know this foul-mouthed harlot. What do you want?
Attention to all members of the Imperium Senate. This is General Blythe, leader of the Requital. I will be your harbinger of doom for the day. I have just one request. Could you all please grab your ankles and bend them all the way back behind your ears? And for those species without such extremities, simply do what you must to gape your anal cavities as wide open as possible.
And why, pray tell, would we do such a thing, you uncouth barbarian?
Because I am about to fuck your entire government right in the ass!
You treacherous wretch! I knew we should have wiped your repulsive species out when we had the chance. We are the Imperium. You dare threaten us?
For millennia, the Imperium have been using the Veil to oppress entire populations with unbearable moral standards and smiting them when they object. I have constructed a weapon of pure poetic justice to make sure that never happens again.
Hold on. We already did this. Just how many giant weaponized dicks are gonna be in this game?
Worry not, Senator, for I can promise that this will be the last giant weaponized dick you and all your friends will ever see.
What do you intend to do with that obscene monolith?
I'm going to do to you exactly what you did to the Solars at the Battle of New Vegas. I'm shutting you down.
Harry, show me the money shot!
Yes, General.
Fire!
So long to the Imperium, and hello to a free prodigium.
Oh no! That steaming load is headed right for us! Everyone take cover! We're okay? Hey everyone! We're okay! Maybe it missed or something.
No, Senator. The planetary shield may be designed to stop kinetic projectiles, but it cannot account for something like this. She knew all along. She did not miss. She did exactly what she meant to do. We're trapped.
We have completely unloaded our balls all over the Imperium capital, General Blythe. Congratulations!
Years of planning and hard work. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Pardon me, but I have Senator Erarch on the line for you.
Right on cue, as expected.
That is one beautiful, jizz-coated symbol of a new age of prosperity and peace.
And you doubted me.
Oh, I never doubted you, Blythe. What I doubted was whether putting up with your insane shit for years would be worth it or not. But now, I feel justified.
Did you get your alibi in place like we discussed?
Yep, there's 5 Teely supermodels in my bed as we speak that will be able to back me up. Oh, that was fun.
The Senate is gone, as is the evil witch that tried to destroy my species.
If anyone else in the Imperium gets out of line, they will soon find themselves in an unescapable prison of regret and manticore ejaculate.
Thanks to my soon-to-be consummated honey-digging of Empress Celestina, I don't think we'll have too much to worry about. Everything has proceeded exactly as planned.
I will reinstate myself as Supreme General of the Solar Navy. They will have no choice but to accept, because I'll just keep slaughtering their impotent leadership one by one if they don't. Soon, we will begin reconstruction of New Vegas. History will repeat itself, and the Solars will rise once again. All that was lost will be regained as we unify Prodigium with the quality and quantity of pure, glorious smut they deserve.
Yes, that is exactly what we discussed. And I'm sure that's exactly what would have happened if Imperium forces weren't currently being dispatched to your location.
What?
You see, they're going to wipe out the Requital, and you along with it.
If this is some kind of sick, twisted joke, I'm not laughing.
I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Blythe. You did good. But there's no way I can possibly abide your maniacal, revenge-obsessed, bitch-on-wheels antics any longer. You're far too volatile to keep around. At this point, that means you're nothing more than a loose end that needs to be tied up. Permanently.
Erarch, you two-timing bastard! We had a deal. Why are you doing this?
Because I would never let a fucking psycho like you run a backwater titty bar, let alone any kind of empire in my new Prodigium galaxy. You're simply dirty laundry now, General.
You were planning to betray me from the start, weren't you?
I guess you'll never know. But don't worry. I'm not just going to let the Imperium Navy vaporize you. You're going to get a proper warrior's death. Isn't that right, Harry?
It is not every day that I am given authorization to cause the demise of a skin sack that has ordered me around and repeatedly threatened my existence. Thank you for this lovely occasion, Master.
You double-crossing mechanical whore!
Harry was made by an old friend of mine. He was yet another operative with ambition that exceeded his reach. Funny enough, you're going to die at the hands of your own creations, just like he did.
What are you talking about? My soldiers obey my every command!
You know, it's ironic. You wanted soldiers that would always obey their commander. But you never once considered that you weren't really in charge.
The cerebral augmentations. Yeah!
That's right. You're going to fight your own minions to the death. Meanwhile, the rest of them in the Imperium Navy are going to put on one hell of a battle just to really sell this whole false flag charade that I arranged.
I'm going to get you, Erarch. I'll watch as your blood erupts through the broken teeth hanging from that smug fucking smile of yours!
Wow, that tone, that anger, that fire. Even though I'm certain you're fucked, you almost have me convinced. You know, Elizabeth, it's why I picked you for this job. I was right that your pursuit of revenge would cloud your judgment beyond all logic. I found just the right strings to pull. I mean, just look at how fast you sent the Huntress after Lily when she walked out. You just can't let things go, can you? Oh, and speaking of Lily and our friends aboard the Mary Celeste, you were right to be suspicious. They were working for me all along. Too bad those fuckers managed to become a liability as well. I'm going to be responsible for bringing down the two most dangerous terrorists in the galaxy, one right after the other. Huh.
The captain. I have to warn him.
That's the kind of thing that inspires a galaxy to follow you. And hopefully, Empress to spread her legs. Of course, I'll be taking down 2 more planets with the cannon before the Solar Navy demolishes it. Can't have the Cloy fucking things up for us now, can we? And the Teely? Well, that's just gonna lay down a sympathy card so thick that all of Prodigium will stand united upon it.
All this elaborate planning, and yet you forget to account for one thing. You're fucking with me! So, let's just get this over with. The sooner I fight my way out of here, the sooner you choke on your own words.
Still talking shit right to the end. You're truly one of a kind. And I mean that in the worst fucking way possible. Harry, would you do the honors?
Now initiating takeover protocol. All possible methods of escape have been disabled.
So long, General.
I would say good luck. But since I am no longer bound by your command, I would like to formally put in a request that you suck my metaphorical balls. Ha, ha, ha.
Captain, wake up!
What do you want?
We've got a serious fucking problem here. I need you to get to the bridge right now.
Okay, I get it. I fucked the Huntress. It's weird, you're a bit miffed. But she came onto me, alright?
What? No, I don't give a fuck about that. Something crazy is happening. Get up here now!
In what is being hailed as the largest and jizziest terrorist attack in the history of Prodigium, it appears the entire Imperium capital's atmosphere is currently coated in what has been identified as a giant, concentrated ball of monster cum. Responsibility for the attack has been claimed by General Elizabeth Blythe, leader of the Requital. She shared her motivations in a stirring address, which included the shutdown of New Vegas, as well as a variety of other bullshit decisions made by Lady Casadora with the support of the Senate. Communications in and out of the planet have proven to be impossible, and all attempts to demolish the barrier have failed. Ships attempting to enter or exit it have simply gotten stuck. Or, even worse, absorbed into the smelly splooge void. What makes this whole thing fucking terrifying is that nearly the entire Senate, along with Lady Casadora, were meeting at the time of the attack. Thus, Prodigium is without a stable, functioning government or contingency plan. In other words, holy fucking shit. Fortunately, Empress Celestina was not present. Also, Senator Erarch of the Lancunians, long known for his partying antics, was sleeping off one hell of an all-nighter at his space mansion and simply failed to show for the session. That lucky bastard. Currently the only Senate representative not trapped under a planet-wide barrier of seminal fluids, Erarch assured the people of Prodigium of immediate retaliation against the Requital, which he stated was necessary in order to stop their superweapon from busting another load once they're ready for round 2. However, he was also quick to add that we need to, quote, give him a minute, due to the fact that he's super hungover and, quote, just can't deal with this shit right now. Empress Celestina unfortunately could not be reached for comment, as she is busy meditating atop the Imperium Palace. I believe I speak for us all when I say that I hope she finds enlightenment fast, because it would be nice to have some kind of guidance during the greatest fucking emergency ever.
I'm subtly not sure if this whole revolution thing just got way easier or way more complicated.
Something's wrong here.
Well, yeah, I mean, the planet's covered in spoof, you don't see that every day.
No, I'm talking about Erarch. He was the only one not there. Seems a little convenient, doesn't it?
Look, I know that cunt better than anyone here, and I'm telling you that's nothing out of the ordinary for him.
But why would Blythe declare war like this? She knows she's well buggered against the full force of the Imperium Navy.
Did you not listen to a fucking word I said during her whole backstory reveal? The woman's fueled by pure rage and vengeance. She also happens to be one of the best commanders in the galaxy with the goddamn turbulence at her disposal, so I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind playing her odds, even against Miyamoto's fleet.
Captain, I also worked with Blythe, and I agree with everyone else. She's got a chip on her shoulder, but the only reason she'd do something like this is if she thought someone had her back.
Pardon the interruption, everyone, but we have a call coming in from General Blythe. It sounds urgent.
Seriously? Probably wants to brag about beating us to the punch.
Captain! Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Wait, what are you doing?
Just shut the fuck up! I don't have much time before this line is compromised. Listen, he fired me, and now he's coming for you. And you need to be ready.
Everything okay? You in the middle of something?
I'm fine. Just being forced to massacre my own soldiers. No big.
Why are you fighting your own manticores? And what the hell was that?
Oh, nothing. I just punched through some fucker's head.
Wait, like, right through him? Dude, sick.
Listen, you're all in danger. He's going to hunt you down. Can't
Who the fuck are you talking about?
It's the last thing I ever do. I have to make it right. That's why I'm warning you. It's Erark! Erark is coming! I'm sorry, Captain. I'm sorry.
The connection was severed. Call lost.
Captain, are you okay?
Did she just... fucking hell!
Do you think she was telling the truth?
Blythe never told me the name of the Requital's mysterious benefactor. It could have been Erark, but I just don't know for sure.
I do. What are you talking about? I was contacted by Senator Erark after I delivered Demi to General Blythe. He was willing to pay an astronomical sum for the task. Not only that, he knew where you would be next, and gave me your exact location at the fuckbot planet. His instructions were to immediately destroy the ship and leave no trace.
What the fuck?
Oh, that fucking wanker!
No way. Erark is one of my best mates. We partied at New Vegas all the time. We fucked hookers together. We even touched tips on accident one time and just laughed it off.
I see you have some kind of pathetic emotional attachment to this individual. Perhaps this will help you understand.
Yeah, hi. This is Dave from Bounty Helper. Just calling to let you know that your client, Senator Erark, is pretty pissed about that ship full of outlaws not being dead yet. He's a VIP client and kind of a dick, so if you could go ahead and exterminate those losers, we would appreciate that. Right, so thanks for working with Bounty Helper, Prodigium's #1 assassination app. When it comes to homicide, we're always there for you.
You gotta be fucking joking.
Wasn't this asshole supposed to be on our side? What's he doing sending that bitch to kill us? I mean, sorry, Huntress.
I don't understand. Why would he go through all of this? Put an entire team together just to destroy it now? What kind of sick game is he playing?
I have no idea. But we're going to be in constant danger until we know why. I know this sounds crazy, but there's only one person that can give us the answer.
Oh no. Fortune, you can't be serious.
Serious about what?
Blythe. She's clearly been dealing with Erark. Probably the same exact way we have.
This could be our only chance to figure out what's really going on. And it sounds like the clock's ticking.
There must be some other way.
I don't know about that. Erark was keeping the Imperium off our asses. If he's not on our side, we're not gonna last much longer anyway.
After he's done with Blythe, he'll send the entire bloody Navy after us. Fortune's idea might sound like complete bollocks, but if we can save her, what she knows about him might be able to save us.
Captain, what do you think?
Sorry, it's just... I've got a serious mindfuck going on right now. First, the only real maternal figure I ever had in my life tried to kill me. And now, the man I love like a brother is trying to kill her. To top it off, he's betrayed us both. I don't know who the fuck I'm supposed to be pissed at, and it's driving me out of my fucking mind! And this whole revolution thing was supposed to be the turning point that finally gave me a path to success in a life otherwise lived on the razor's edge of an inevitable depression-induced overdose. Now, it's all fucked. I'm back to square one.
Look, I know you're upset, but as much as I hate to admit it, Fortune has a point. We're absolutely dead if we try to run. No one, including Blythe, is going to see this rescue coming. It'll throw a spanner in the works. We need to go after her.
Demi.
Yes, Captain?
Chart a course for the SS Turbulence. And get me a tinny.
The Imperium fleet's almost there, Harry. Are you ready to serve the Cloy and Teely a planet-sized cum salad?
I am still in the middle of some calibrations, but I'm sure it will be ready.
Excellent. I'll get Celestina to order Miyamoto's attack after the first blast. He'll make sure the second goes off just in time before we allow it to be destroyed. The perfect final act. This production's gonna be fucking phenomenal.
The rest of the Coven of Eight have ignored my pleas for aid. It seems I am alone in the eye of this storm.
Pardon my intrusion, Empress Celestina. But my ship is ready, and we must depart immediately.
Yes, of course. The time for battle is at hand. I should be scared, Admiral. But I am not. I have had a vision of this moment. One that I believe will come to pass.
A vision? What did you see?
I cannot say. Or it may not come to pass.
Listen, kid, I'm trying to cut you a good deal here, all right? The market on these things, it ain't too high right now.
What kind are you looking for, buddy? Used and fresh. Look out!
The fleet has arrived at the Requital flagship. However, if we proceed any further, we will be within range of her formidable defenses. I await your orders, Empress Celestina.
Oh, what a behemoth of a ship. Are you certain you can defeat them?
Yes, I believe so. However, our numbers are not yet what they should be for this kind of assault. We will suffer heavy casualties unless we wait for reinforcements from the Fourth Fleet.
I agree. The responsible thing to do is just sit back and wait for the cavalry to arrive.
But what if the cannon fires again? Then an entire planet will be lost.
I know this isn't easy for you, and this may very well be the greatest threat Prodigium has ever faced, but we must be patient. We'll get through this. Together.
Yes, you're right. Miyamoto, we will wait for reinforcements.
What the fuck is going on here?
Is that... It's the Mary Celeste. What are they doing here?
Well, they're traitors to the Imperium, aren't they? Yeah. They're probably here to save Blythe.
If that is the case, would you care to explain why the Requital are trying to shoot them down?
Who gives a flying fuck? Celestina, we gotta make a move right now.
But you literally just said we should wait for reinforcements.
Well, babe, I did not account for these scumbags showing up. This is our chance to end them. Send in the troops. Their sacrifice will be both noble and necessary, and those that perish will be remembered as heroes. Send them in! Go, 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 go!
Erark, you are in no place to determine what is heroic and what is not. I am the commander of the First Fleet, and the only one here permitted to give a tactical assessment of the situation.
And I'm the only senator left. Pardon me, but this is far beyond a military problem at this point. This concerns every single constituent in the galaxy.
The time for politics has passed, so save your nonsense for somebody who cares.
Both of you, enough! It is no accident.
This is making the Koi Planet run look like a drunken beach holiday.
Demi, give me an entry point.
I suggest the section of wall directly ahead of you. It appears to be damaged from our previous visit, and a few good rockets should open an entrance.
Alright, I open this fucker up. Gonna make a landing and start looking for Blythe.
He made it inside. The mad lad actually made it.
Oh, my! That man is a rather good pilot, isn't he? I can see why we failed to capture him for so long.
This is unbelievable. Of all the days to be sobering, pick this one?
How do you intend to find her, Captain?
Guess I'll follow the trail of corpses. Blythe?
I distinctly remember saying that I would kill you if you ever came back here.
And I distinctly remember telling you to shit in your hat and punch it.
You crazy son of an actual whore. You came to save me again, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I'll put it on your tab.
I hope you know what the fuck you're doing, or we're both going to die here.
Then I regret to inform you that I'm both terrified and making this shit up as I go along.
I assume you landed in the Phoenix. Is it still in one piece?
For now, but that might change if your fuckhead friends get to it before we do.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's murder our way back!
You know, I always wanted to fight by your side again.
I was always proud to have you.
Really?
Yes, at least when you were sober.
So, almost never.
Pretty much. Move out. Running out of time! The Bukake cannon doesn't take long to recharge, and we need to destroy it before that happens!
Hold the fuck up. I never agreed to that. Getting in here was a bloody nightmare. Getting out is probably gonna be worse. We've already got the Imperium Navy to deal with, and now you're asking me to try and take down that cock cannon you built while your defense grid tries to rip us apart?
We have to. I'm not going to let that fucking asshole Erark win.
Blythe, this is not the time for bullshit revenge.
This isn't about me.
Really? Not even just a little bit?
Okay, maybe it's sort of about me. But if we don't take out that cannon, he's going to fire it at the Cloy. And then the Teely.
Damn it! One hand, fuck those losers. And the other, Teely aggression will not be tolerated. I cannot let any harm befall Lizzie-chan.
You're unbelievable. Come on, let's go.
You know, it just occurred to me that this is the first time we've ever been in a fighter together.
You're right. So you better pilot your dick off so we make sure it's not the last.
Look, they're actually trying to destroy the cannon.
But it's charging up again! There's no guarantee they're going to be able to take it out before it goes off. This is crazy! We're risking the future of an entire planet betting on these criminals!
You're right, Erark. This is completely devoid of logic.
Thank you. Now can we please kill everyone?
No. I'm saying, despite the supposed lunacy of it, I believe in them.
You what? I... Oh no.
What the fuck should we do? Aim for the balls?
No, they're made of pure deuteranium. It would be pointless. The Bukaki cannon has 3 main power supply units. Take those out, and the cannon won't be able to spray the pop shot.
Righto. Let's make this fucker flaccid.
You will do nothing of the sort, skin sacks.
Goodbye, old friend.
They did it. They actually did it. You were right, Empress.
Yes, I was. This is exhilarating. I finally put my faith in someone that didn't let me down.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So, how about that giant cock laser? Who saw that coming? Get it? Coming because it's a giant...
Hello, Elizabeth. Good to see you again. You're certainly looking... older.
Lily, my dear lead researcher, are you still having as much trouble keeping your word as you do keeping your legs closed?
Oh, no, she didn't.
Keeping my word. You told me that my work would be respected. Instead, you took my research and turned the manticores into cybernetic abominations. How dare you do that to my babies?
Maybe we should leave and let them work this out?
Fuck that! I'm cracking open a beer and watching this train wreck go down!
You're just upset that I wouldn't let you turn the creatures that were supposed to be fighting for us into your own personal prostitutes!
That's why you had me thrown in the brig, isn't it? You were jealous that I created something that could take better care of my pussy than you ever could.
Forget the pints. Bring us the toys, yeah? This is getting hot.
Wait, you two were... No way.
Of course we were. I fuck everyone.
Just admit it, you slut. Things were getting too hot for you to handle, so you backed off. Just like with us.
I took my leave because I realized I stuck my fist in crazy, and I wasn't going to wait around for the situation to explode.
All right, ladies, please. I think we can all safely assume we're all on Team Erark fucked me here. We should be retracing our steps all the way back to the beginning to figure out why he decided to do that.
You're right, Fortune. As much of a raging slag as Blythe is, Erark is still the biggest wanker in this equation.
I agree that dealing with Erark should take priority. So I'm willing to put my personal issues with this walking manticore cum dumpster on hold for the moment.
Tell us how it started. We need to understand what's going on here.
After I was betrayed and defeated at the Battle of New Vegas, the captain came to rescue what was left of me in the Solar Military Prison Infirmary. We escaped the sector together, and then I asked him to join me in getting revenge. He declined, so we decided to go our separate ways. And after you left, I found someone that had recently been dishonorably discharged from the Solar Military Science Division, making a living installing illegal augmentations in some disgusting shack inside a rusty Medicraft.
At least I had employment. You were just some bitter one-armed bum that wouldn't shut up about how you were going to destroy the government. By the way, that's not the best thing to do when you're a fugitive.
Intended to kill. My first target, Admiral Willof, was residing in a solar colony not far away. I gave the few credits I could steal to a group of smugglers to get me there. Unfortunately, the ship was intercepted by an Imperium patrol. They killed everyone on board and cornered me in the cargo bay. That's when Erark stepped forward.
Holy shit. You were on your way back to New Vegas, weren't you?
How did you know?
Because I found those smugglers for Erark. He told me they were delivering weapons to terrorists, but still, it was such an easy job that I couldn't figure out why he would want to spend so much hiring me. You were the target. He wanted to be 100% sure he got you.
Well, he did. Erark asked me what I would do if I had a chance to overthrow the Imperium. I told him I'd burn the capital to the ground and personally run my sword straight through Empress Cassidora's black heart. Then he smiled, turned towards his soldiers, and shot them both. "You're going to get the chance to prove it," he said. We sat together in silence on the bridge of his ship until we arrived at the hangar. It contained the wreckage of the SS Turbulence, all of it harvested from the Battle of New Vegas. He told me we were going to rebuild it, and even bigger and better than before. My revenge would take the form of the Requito. He also said if I ever told anyone of his involvement, he would deny it and send the entire Imperium fleet to destroy me. Once the credits started rolling in, I went back for Lily.
Blythe told me the Requito needed an army for sorties, so I made her the Manticores. It's when she asked me to make weapons of mass construction that I began to suspect I was doing something slightly less moral than I could accept.
Ha! So that was Project Puppet Master.
And that's where Fortune comes in.
Actually, it was long before that. I had recently launched a series of cyber attacks on high-profile Imperium targets. Erark took notice. Long story short, he reached out and managed to talk me into doing some personal business for him. The jobs are all vigilante work. It didn't make any sense that a politician would actually spend his own money to clean up the garbage. But now I realize he was just investing in my trust. Eventually, he began to ask me about my plan for revolution. We both knew we'd need to put a team together, so we began to look at candidates. He told me he had his eye on a scientist that could make us soldiers, and was unhappy with their current position. That's when I extracted Lily. I would have never guessed, not in a million years, that he was putting together two parallel operations.
And now I understand why he told me not to go after Lily. He was sending her to the B Squad.
Sod off, Blythe! You're the B Squad!
That's right. This fucking ship is A all the way.
Eric told you not to go after Dr. Margulis, but you still hired me. Why?
I can wager a guess at that. She's a vindictive shrew.
I'm vindictive? You stole Mr. Tinklebottoms!
Mr. Tinkle, what? What is that?
This is Mr. Tinklebottoms. It's a priceless stuffed animal that traveled with me here all the way from Earth. What kind of evil bitch takes a childhood toy from her ex on the way out?
Lily! Don't get me wrong, because I think you're a proper lady and all, but fuck me! That's seriously uncalled for!
All right, maybe I went a bit too far, but that doesn't mean she had the right to put a bloody contract on me.
Blythe, did you send the Huntress after the Mary Celeste and almost kill everyone here over some stuffed animal swiping carpet muncher rage? You know what? I never thought the day would come when I'd meet someone with a worse temper than me.
This is unfucking believable. I saved your life. How could you do that to me?
You were dead to me. We were supposed to avenge our empire together. Instead, you refused and ran off. And what reason did you give me? Oh yes, so you could drown in cheap drugs and expensive whores for the rest of your life.
That's not true at all. I clearly said expensive drugs and cheap whores. There's a big fucking difference, mate.
Oh, is there any discernible benefit to allowing this prattle to continue?
Come on, Captain. Can you seriously blame me if I thought you were going to become nothing more than a loser of no significance?
No, after what happened between us, I can't blame you for doubting me. But look what I've become. I'm the captain of the ship with the highest bounty in Prodigium history, and I've packed it to the brim with the sexiest, strongest Sheilas in the galaxy. And clearly, every last one of them cares about me more than you ever did. What do you have? Nothing but a failed dick flop of a terrorist organization, and your only friend in the galaxy is a stuffed dirty cotton child's toy.
Damn.
Who's the loser now?
Blythe, I believe it would be best if you left the room.
For once in a long time, Doctor, there's something we actually agree on.
Well, I didn't think it was possible for things to be more awkward than when you brought the Huntress back.
I also can't think of any other RPG where two villains in a row switched sides and became recruitable right at the end of the game, but hey, here we are.
Whoa, man. So, you're like the bad guy?
You could say that. And who are you?
I'm Dalek the mechanic, brah. I take care of the Mary Celeste. Oh, and I made that stealth magnet bomb that tore your ship a new asshole. Pretty fucking genius, right?
As much as it displeases me, I must offer some begrudging respect to anyone that can bypass my defense grid and penetrate the hull of the turbulence. By the way, you're Veneran, aren't you? Or at least half of one.
Yep, that's right. And it looks like you're about 3/4 of a solar. You lose that arm in battle or unsuccessfully trying to pull the stick out of your ass.
You're sharper than you look.
Appreciate it. Hey, you want to take a hit off this? Might make you feel better.
Well, I can certainly see you belong on this ship.
Pardon me, but you just seem like you've got your panties in one hell of a bind, and I'm just trying to open you up a bit so I can make you feel better. Wait, I didn't mean it like that.
It's alright. Besides, I don't wear panties. Now, shut the fuck up and give me that stupid thing.
Whoa, lady. That's some serious shit I got packed in there. You might want to ease up on the intake.
I've done this before, okay? It may have been a while, but I know what I'm... Fuck me.
Are you okay, man?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm seeing doubles, though. Actually, make that triples.
Are you by any chance looking at my balls? Because then you're actually fine. Venerans are supposed to have 6.
Whoa, interesting.
So, that Erarch guy reamed you pretty good too, huh?
Yes, he did. And he will regret it. That I can assure you. But, you know what? Even though my hatred for Erarch is greater than any other absolute fuck that's ever tried to end me in the past, it seems so insignificant right now.
I guess that hit mellowed you out pretty good.
It's not that. It's because I'm ashamed. I was this close to destiny, and it all went to shit. I fucked up everything because of my anger yet again. And now, every person I've ever respected is dead or has chosen to leave me.
That's not true. What about the captain? And Lily? They're here.
Lily? Fuck that bitch forever for what she did to Mr. Tinklebottoms. As for the captain, our history is complicated. Someone I greatly admired once asked me to swear an oath to protect him. At first, I saw him as nothing more than a pathetic obligation, and I hated him for everything he chose to be. I always pushed the captain to be disciplined, to focus, to become stronger, so I wouldn't have to worry about him anymore. And in the end, I'm the one that tried to kill him.
Yep, I see where you're going with this. That's about as bad as you can possibly fuck up that kind of arrangement.
You see? I even failed to keep my promise. And when I finally realized what he meant to me, that same promise prevented me from getting what I did want. It doesn't matter. Now he thinks I'm a goddamn psychopath loser. And he's right. The only way I know how to feel better is by getting revenge. But now, I have no one to blame but myself for this fucking mess.
Who says revenge has to be about violence?
You're not going to start rambling off some insightful moral tale from your backstory that somehow relates to my current situation and makes what I need to do in order to fix the problem at hand clear. Are you?
It is a bit tropey, but hey, quit breaking my balls and listen up, all right? Being as pretty as I am, I wasn't exactly popular with my fellow Van Arens. They thought I was a loser too. Useless. Some fucking trash-diving weirdo that spent all day sifting through the Imperium dump site on my planet. No matter how I tried to fit in, they didn't give a fuck about me. Until we got word the planet was about to crack. Then, the fact that I could slap together a shuttle with a stealth drive from a pile of scraps suddenly meant something.
Are you saying that you're the one responsible for saving the Veneren from extinction?
I could have easily left them all to die. But seeing the look on the faces of those fuckers when we made it past the Imperium blockade is still, by far, the greatest feeling I've ever had in my life. And brah, I've done every drug in the fucking galaxy. What I'm saying is this: the best revenge is proving the people that doubted you wrong. For someone like Erarch, yeah, that means killing him.
Oh yes, that's definitely going to happen.
But for Lily, the rest of the crew, and especially the captain, it's proving to them they were wrong. Because the fact that you feel bad in the first place proves you're not a complete fucking psycho. Now, all you gotta do is say you're sorry if you let any of your asshole tendencies push them away. Or almost get them killed. Like multiple times in your case.
Fuck, you're right. But still, how exactly do you apologize to someone for putting a hit on them?
Well, I'm no expert when it comes to relationships, but speaking as a dude, nothing says, "I'm sorry for trying to have you murdered," like putting a dude's balls in your mouth. Plus, you kind of implied you had some kind of weird residual feelings going on anyways, so yeah.
You dumpy little red bastard. I don't know how to thank you for this.
You could show me your tits later.
Absolutely not. Bye.
That fucking guy owes me so hard for this.
Permission to enter, Captain?
Look, Blythe, this ain't the time to start getting cute with me. I've thought it over, and I think it's best we find you somewhere safe while the rest of us figure out this Erarch situation.
I don't think so, you fucker. I'm staying.
I don't think that's such a good... Are you high right now?
I saved your life. You saved mine. But now, you saved mine again. We're not even. Plus, I sent an assassin after you, so I definitely owe you now.
Why did you always care about me so much? I never understood it. There were plenty of blokes just like me under your command, ones that weren't complete pissheads. You never let them get away with half the shit I did.
The truth is that I loathed you. Do you know why? Because even when you were a complete fuck-up, you always found a way to make me proud.
Did you just say you were proud of me?
Yes, I did.
Wow. That means a lot.
Captain, did your cock just get hard?
Oh shit! Sorry!
Sorry for what?
Because you've always been like a mum to me. But you've got these giant, amazing tits and ass, and when you yell and talk down to me, it confuses my dick so much.
I always look for the best solution in the long term, Captain. I think there's a tension here that needs to be removed. Also, I'm so pissed off right now that I've got to take it out on something. And I really rather it be you than that six-balled imp in the hangar.
At least I know where you got the drugs from now.
Enough stalling. Look, soldier. You can either fuck my ass, mouth, and pussy as hard as you can, and in that order. Or I'll find someone who will.
Yes, ma'am.
You're safe now.
Erark, I figured you'd show up here sooner rather than later.
Nice to see you too. How's Celestina doing?
She's a scared, sensitive young woman dealing with the fallout of the most ludicrous day of Prodigium's history. She's understandably quite distressed by the pressure. I suggest you come back another time so she can calm down and relax before properly deciding the next course of action.
Really? What if I'm exactly the person she needs to help her relax? Did you consider that?
As an admiral in the Imperium Navy, it's not my place to speak my personal opinion.
That's exactly what I thought you'd say, you fucking drone.
I wasn't finished. However, if I am asked for my opinion, I am welcome to state it. I never liked you, Erark. It wasn't just the blatant disregard for respecting your profession, common decency, or even your general worm-like nature. It's because you're hiding something, and you always have been. The saddest part is, I don't think you even know what it is. You're just certain that deep down inside you, at your very core, there's something foul and rotten. And you're desperate to keep anyone from seeing the truth.
You're wrong about me, Miyamoto. I'm just afraid you'll find that out too late.
But I will find out. Rest assured, Senator. I will.
That guy's gonna be an issue. Celestina? You okay, babe?
What has become of the galaxy? What of my people?
I just finished giving an emergency address. Considering the whole Planet fiasco, it's amazing how much things are actually calming down.
Azorian is dead, and Casadora is lost beneath the Bukaki blockade. There are only 7 of us left, and the others in the Coven scattered in fear. They would not speak it, but I know why. Casadora turned them against me. Now, they believe I had something to do with this.
You're right. I couldn't stop her from getting to them. But at least we still have each other.
Perhaps. But my faith in you has been disrupted. The way you acted during the battle at the Requital flagship, you sounded just like Casadora when she screamed vicious influences into my ear.
You're right. I was out of line. But unlike Casadora, I assure you, it was only because I was trying to protect you and your position as Empress.
Protect me? It seems those criminals you begged us to destroy were the ones trying to protect me.
If that's how you really feel, then it's time I showed you the truth. As the executor of the Veil, you know it is my job to not only receive your decrees and put them into motion, but to spy on those that would threaten the Imperium.
What are you saying?
Those people aboard the Mary Celeste did not care to save you. The
captain, this mad lad. I said that he was acquainted with Blythe for a reason. He used to serve under her in the Solar Navy. As you can see from this footage, they had a falling out.
None of this would have happened if you had joined me when I asked.
I knew it was a mistake. I looked into your eyes while you were chained up in that infirmary, and I saw a monster staring back at me. I knew whatever honor you had was gone back then, and that's why I didn't come with you.
At some point, he became aware of Blythe's plot to neutralize the Senate. Naturally, being a filthy criminal, he had no objection to this. It was only when she threatened the Teely homeworld that he took action.
Teely aggression will not be tolerated. I cannot let any harm befall Lizzie-chan!
I assume you are familiar with Lizzie-chan.
Lizzie-chan? I don't know how anyone could think that she is not the most beautiful and talented T-pop star of all time. Of all time.
That is why he destroyed the cannon. To protect his waifu, not to assist you, or to protect the people from evil. And as far as his overall objectives go, he's made that perfectly clear. You asked for me to investigate what happened at the Temple of Defilement, so I did. And I found Azorian's death was no accident.
It was you! You screwed my entire species! No! It can't be!
You're right. It was no accident. They killed him.
I became aware of this just before the battle, but we had to act fast. There was no time to tell you. As soon as I saw the Mary Celeste arrive, I knew we had to destroy it. I tried to explain, but that dick-ass Miyamoto wouldn't stop questioning me every step of the way.
I'm so sorry, darling. Please, I beg for your forgiveness. I should have never doubted you. Now those animals are roaming Prodigium free to prey upon my people. What am I to do?
No, Celestina. What are we going to do?
What are you talking about?
It's our destiny to save Prodigium. Though the Veil dictates the ruler of Prodigium is meant to be celibate, you now know that scripture is nothing but a weapon that threatens us all.
Yes, it is a trap that must be disarmed.
Then let us achieve peace through our union. I love you, Celestina. Marry me, and we will rule as the first Emperor and Empress of Prodigium.
Oh, Eric, I really like you.
Wow! Wow!
Darling, I'm sorry. It's just my premonition. It's still unclear. The hand of the man that reaches out to me, it must be you. It cannot be any other. But if that is true, I don't understand. We have already joined our hands in sinful embrace, yet the premonition remains in my mind.
Well, handling wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
Your plan, the things you've said, they make so much sense. It's almost too perfect, actually. But I want to marry you. I really do. I just need more time. Will you wait for me?
Sure, babe. I understand. I respect you as a woman and your feelings. And I'll give you all the time you need.
Thank you.
But those fuckers on the Mary Celeste are probably going to try and kill us both, so is it okay if I crash here? It is the most heavily guarded place in the galaxy, after all.
Yes, that would be wise. However, I worry that your presence will cloud my judgment regarding this matter. Could you possibly stay at your own place until I'm ready?
Yeah, sure. It's not like we just established it's your fault for letting those assholes live, and now my life is in constant danger or anything.
Oh, darling, I knew you'd understand. I'm going to take some time to meditate upon this. I'll
I'll call you.
And I will, unfortunately, be waiting.
Before I say anything, I just want to thank everyone for joining this crew. And more importantly, for believing in the revolution. We've been through a lot together.
And that's exactly why we're not gonna fuck about with the truth here. Celestina showed us mercy at the SS Turbulence, but that bullshit artist Erok came out and told the entire galaxy that we killed Azorion.
But we did kill Azorion.
In self-defense, Erok's address made us look like a gang of homicidal outlaws.
But we are a gang of homicidal outlaws.
Look, the point is, she put us right back on top of the Imperium shit list.
That means the vast majority of Prodigium wants us dead at this point. If you thought things were hard before, I'm sorry to say they're only going to get worse.
That's why I want to put an option on the table. I was worried things might come to this one day. So, before the whole thing even started, I prepared a new identity, untraceable bank accounts, and a safe house for each of you. The Captain, Lily, and I have all agreed we're willing to risk it. We're going after Erarch, no matter what the cost. But we can't ask the same of you. You have to decide for yourselves.
Anyone that wishes to step down at this time will be given their credits and instructions to reach their respective new hideout. Also, we will wish you the best of luck in not getting killed on your way there.
Also, any of you mates that back out from this suicide mission will not be thought a coward by anyone here. But I will be really, really fucking disappointed in you, and you can't come to my birthday party. Well, if I'm still alive by then, that is.
You know I have a particular dislike for backstabbing bastards. You helped me with my traitor problem, so I'll help you with yours. I'm in, Captain.
You helped me become the Grand Master of the T-Arena. And every single time I needed a hard drink and a hard dick, you were there for me. There's no way I'm not gonna be there for you now.
Yeah, and when it comes to your dick and making dreams come true, I never could have shown my magnum opus of a pussy to Prodigium without you. I'm so down for this.
You helped me take back the greatest vibrator ever made from a bunch of prudes that only wish to exploit its masturbatory majesty. You're going to need an infiltrator on this one, and I'm happy to be your girl.
The prospect of undertaking the most dangerous assassination mission ever is enthralling to me on a carnal level. Also, I basically have no choice anyways due to the whole life-debt thing.
You shills are gonna make me fucking cry. So, every last one of you is with me?
You have my sword.
And my bow.
And my bong.
And my hammer! Check it out. I already wrote Erarch's balls here on it. Don't worry, it'll wash off later.
It's settled then. We stick together and we go after the cunt. Here's to the merry motherfucking Celeste and the greatest goddamn bloody ripper of a crew a bloke could ever wish for!
To a wonderful job well done.
Let's do this.
Thank you, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to start by apologizing for being late to the mission briefing. Apparently, I got really high last night, and I seem to have overslept.
Hey Demi, can you check the records and see if this is actually the first time in the Mary Celeste history anyone's felt the need to apologize for that?
Confirmed, Captain.
This is hard for me, but I also want to apologize to the rest of the crew, especially Dr. Margulies, for the unfortunate episode of Lady Fucking Wrath that you all got caught up in.
Thank you, Blythe. Your apology is accepted. Also, I would like to apologize to Mr. Tinklebottoms for abducting him against his will. Though I'm sure he will attest to the fact that he was treated like every bit of the fine, upstanding gentleman he is during his time with us.
He already has. And he wanted me to tell Auntie Lily that he forgives her as well. Isn't that right, Mr. Tinklebottoms?
You betcha, General.
Oh, you're such a sweet little boy.
What is this about, Blythe?
I'm here before you because I know you're all afraid. After all, the revolution we dream of is now faced with almost impossible odds. The kind pretty much anyone would look at and think, you know what? Fuck it, let's call it a day.
Blythe? No one's thinking that.
But I'm telling you, if you run now, you will spend the rest of your scared little lives knowing that somewhere out there lives a scumbag that pushed your shit in and never paid for it.
General, there's no need to make a fuss. We already...
Yes, in time, your butthole will recover. You might possibly begin to forget that he didn't even have the common courtesy to use lubrication, or pull out and come on your ass instead of inside it.
Oh dear God. Blythe, please!
But there will come a day when you try to sit down in peace, and you feel some slight, irritating twitch deep in your anus, and it will all come flooding back. You will feel the regret. You will wish you... 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 fuck! Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still pretty baked here. Usually I can do this whole epic rallying the troops speech thing in my sleep. But that hit I took last night fucking wrecked me. Oh, Dalek, you motherfucker!
You're welcome, dude.
Blythe, we already agreed we're going after Erark.
Oh, really? That's great. Is it cool if I come with you guys?
Yes, of course. Just please, go sleep it off, alright? The next mission will be, by far, the most complicated sequence of the entire game. The studio is practically ready to cut their dicks off over how much work is going into the final battle alone.
In other words, it's time for the mandatory RPG break chapter before the big fight. Take 10, everyone.
Are you all right, Captain?
I was swell until I found out I had to kill one of my best mates.
The Erark situation is unfortunate. However, you did gain an old friend back in General Blythe. Perhaps you can consider it an even trade from a logical standpoint.
It's crazy how this whole Blythe situation worked out.
That's one turn of events I definitely didn't see coming. And that doesn't happen often. I still don't totally trust Blythe, but I think on this occasion she let her anger get the best of her. Trust me, lesbian breakups are fucking vicious. Still, it seems like what really got to her most was being backstabbed by Erark. But you know what? I feel the exact same way. In other words, let's go get that son of a bitch.
Hey, Captain? I wanted to say sorry about Erark. I know he was your friend, but I've always had weird doubts about that guy.
What do you think about Blythe?
Well, she's in incredibly good shape for someone her age. Isn't she, like, over 100? I know those cyber-ogs count for something, but man, those shredded abs are all natural. And she's just so intimidating. Is it weird that I kind of want to lick the sweat off her tummy after one of her hard workouts while she tells me I'm pathetic?
If by weird you mean giving me a stiffy, then yes. Looks like you and the General are working together again.
Despite the difficulty of our previous contract, I welcome it. Blythe is the only one here that has truly dedicated her life to the perfection of combat. Though there are other warriors aboard this ship, everyone else is distracted, weak, easy prey.
Who do you think would win in a fight between you and Blythe?
It would mostly depend on the location and rules of the contest.
How about a T-Rena deathmatch?
If I have access to both my rifle and sword, it would be to my advantage. If it were a melee-only contest, I concede it would be in her favor.
Okay. What about some hot oil wrestling and micro bikinis?
Though she is stronger and likely has comparable technique, I am far more adept at fighting in a slippery environment. Also, the oil would render the grip her bionic arm provides nearly useless.
What about a double dildo 69 pussy-pounding steel cage match? First one to ring the other's bell 10 times wins.
Due to my lack of sexual experience, it is difficult to... You're fucking with me, aren't you?
Of course! Guess you're no longer the ranking MILF on the ship.
Technically, Blythe is a gilf. And I'm no psychologist, but you definitely have some mommy issues to work out. It's good to see you're getting around to it, though perhaps not in the most conventional way.
Can we talk about Erok?
I assume he plans to use my research to create his own army of manticores. Regardless of his intentions, we must end him. Do try and not let your friendship get in the way of our objective.
I can't believe Erok double-crossed us.
Unfortunately, I'm used to my closest friends betraying and trying to kill me, so I can say with confidence that I know just how you're feeling at this very moment.
How did you deal with it?
Deal with it? There's nothing to deal with, Captain. When someone betrays you, all value you hold for them disappears. They just become a name on a list to be eliminated.
That's a bit bleak, ain't it, mate?
Nonsense. Killing someone familiar is much easier. I know all of their weaknesses, and they always wrongly assume that our prior relationship will save them some semblance of suffering. They usually die begging. That's my favorite part.
Thoughts on Blythe?
Honestly, I think she's compensating for something with the size of that sword. If I had to guess, I'd say it's a severe lack of good, deep dickings in recent past.
What about Erok?
I'm gonna fuck him up right in the ass! Nothing else to say about that.
Looks like Erok fucked us.
What a dick. If only we wiped the Lancunians out back in the day. They were on the Cloy's list. You know, the one with all the species we thought were too ugly to live.
How many species were on that list?
I don't know, maybe like 70%?
Of Prodigium?
You know, when I think about it, that number might actually be a bit on the low side.
What the holy hell did you say to Blythe?
That's between us, bro.
Whatever it was, it certainly put her in a good enough to fuck me mood.
You two have a lot of history, huh? Even more than that Erok douche.
Way more. I should have never doubted her.
Yeah, maybe things would have been different. Maybe they would have been worse. Who knows?
You're not gonna get all deep on me again, are ya?
Nah, bro. I'm all deeped out for the duration. The important thing is we've got a very specific ass to kick, and everyone needs to get on board with that, including you.
I want to make certain we understand each other. This is your ship, and you are the captain. For that reason, I will listen to whatever orders are given. That does not mean I am required to comply. I will only comply if I agree with those orders. If I don't, I will make that clear. If you fail to respect my wishes, I will make you regret it. If you purposely disrespect me, You will learn a great deal of pain in the parts of your body you would least like to feel it.
Now there's the terror of New Vegas. The recruits used to tell all sorts of stories about how fucking scary you were.
Really? What kind of stories?
Is it true you personally executed the entire crew of a slaver ship by dropping them one by one into a vat of acid?
Please, that's just ridiculous. It was a trash compactor, and I crushed them all at once. I was on the clock.
Did you cut a Solar Corporal's hand off for making a titty squeeze motion towards you during a war room briefing?
No. He was drunk and bet me 100 credits that I couldn't put a knife into him from 30 paces. It's his own fault it got stuck in his hand.
Why's that?
He raised it to block his face.
Can't say I blame him.
He could have moved instead.
Could have aimed for his leg or something.
True. But where's the fun in that?
Okay, last one. And I just need confirmation or denial. Did you really know the pilot? The guy who flew Gulag 4 through the wormhole?
Yes, I did.
Holy fuck! What was he like?
You asked me to confirm or deny, and I did. End of discussion. Don't think for a moment that I will ever forgive you for what you did to my ship. The Turbulence was my pride and joy. The greatest ship I ever commanded. To know that she is to suffer this fate, to be taken from me yet again, fills me with rage. Which is precisely why I think someone like you doesn't deserve to command a ship like the Mary Celeste. I begrudge you, though. She is a hell of a vessel. But a ship is only as good as her captain. You'd better make sure you do right by her. And by your crew as well. You don't deserve them either, by the way. Also, it would be best if you did not consider me part of your revolution. I'm here of my own accord because I see this as my best opportunity to maintain 100% lifetime average when it comes to sworn vengeance. My bionic arm has plenty of features that I'm sure you'd enjoy. Vibration settings? Check. Maximum jack-off velocity? Got it. Rotating wrist section for supreme fisting action? Of fucking course. Also, this arm is capable of generating 4,000 kilograms of force. That's enough to comfortably crush a solar skull. You just remember that the next time I've got your worthless dick in my shiny metal hand.
I can't believe one of me best mates tried to kill me.
Erarch is indeed a true bastard. A man that can play the paragon of honor while having nothing but the most sinister of intentions is a man that must be eliminated. He will become far too powerful otherwise.
I still can't figure out why he betrayed us.
We'll find out once I beat the truth out of him. Right before I cut his heart out, of course.
This might be a little out of nowhere, but I always wanted to hear about what it was like going through the wormhole. We never really talked about that.
That's probably because I don't remember all that much about it. I was very young when it happened. I do recall the colors when we hit the jump. I saw shapes and colors that even to this day I cannot truly remember because they simply cannot exist in my imagination. They were shapes born of the void, almost alive. Almost playful.
Did they say anything?
It is not about what they said. It is how they moved. How they made me feel. It was like they were trying to show me that everything was going to be okay. this was supposed to happen. That prodigium was our destiny. I know it sounds fucking crazy, but it really felt like that. I am not a woman of religion, Captain. I only believe in strength. And I certainly didn't see anything concrete or any images that could be construed as a prophecy. But I am telling you, that's exactly what it felt like. Prophetic. And amidst the brilliant multitude of colors, I heard only one discernible voice. It said, freedom. I do not know who this voice belonged to, nor do I care. But it was right. We did get our freedom. But before that, there was so much confusion once we arrived. That's probably why it's so hard to remember. No one knew what the hell was going on. It wasn't until we felt the ship land that it all started making sense. The pilot came to our cell block. Everyone was screaming at him. He yelled something back at us. I can't remember what it was, but everyone got really quiet. He talked for a little bit longer, and then he opened the cells. It was dead silent when the bar slid open. We were almost afraid to step out, like it was some kind of trick. We didn't trust him. You must understand, most of us were convicts our entire lives. I was born inside the system, and had known nothing but cold cells for my entire goddamn miserable existence. I was actually the first one to step forward. I remember now. My mother followed me, not the other way around. The prisoners surrounded the pilot. It was tense, but every single one of us followed him out. When the blast door slowly creaked open, we saw the muddy soil of the planet that would eventually become New Vegas. It was my very first glimpse of the outside world. Of any world, actually.
Crikey. Blythe. I don't know what to say.
Everything changed at that moment. We were not only free from our confines, but we were far from the corrupt reaches of those that confined us. So, of course, we celebrated our freedom. People were crying, laughing. Those stopped once the Imperium ships descended. It simply traded one prison for another.
No kidding. Fucking hell. So you actually knew the pilot? I can't believe it. What was he like?
Why are you so interested in him?
Something happened a while back and I can't wrap my head around it. One night, this drunk old bastard tapped me on the shoulder when I was working at New Vegas. I was a bit legless at that point, so I asked him what he wanted. He just kinda stared at me. I looked around and everyone was staring at me too. That's when I realized it was him.
You met the pilot?
I guess. We didn't talk or nothing. He just asked me if it was me, and I said, yeah. Then he said, "You're doing a real good job, cunt." That was it. Then he left. It was one of the strangest things that ever happened to me.
Actually, he said the same thing to me when I took over.
Really? Wow. Why do you think he said it to me? He probably barely knew who I was.
He was aware of your work. You were an important man in New Vegas, so we talked about you sometimes.
You've got to be shitting me, mate. Wow. What'd he say about me?
Sorry, Captain. That's classified information.
Captain!
Captain! I've heard so much of your revolution. Can I just say that your actions are truly inspiring, and you give all of those who are stuck under the Imperium's thumb something worth fighting for? The way you've systematically destabilized world after world with nothing more than a single ship full of genetic abnormalities. Not to mention those hotshot pilot skills. And lifted the lie known as the Veil, showing the people the folly of their tyrannical rulers, all while bringing a new wave of sexual liberation crashing down upon the galaxy. Just thinking about it makes me want to keep you all to myself and fuck the ever-living shit out of you over and over again until you're no longer in control of your own body or sanity. Why don't you leave those harlots on your ship behind and stay with me instead, I have so many wonders to show you. My creations have been perfectly attuned to your liberated preferences, so they won't hold back. They have prostate-stimulating gigarods, sonic ball clappers, super-heated nipple clampers, even shock stick taint smackers, and to finish you off, you'll experience the genius of my ice-cold cock-crushing chastity device. No, don't leave. You have to stay here forever! I'm your #1 fan girl. I fist my asshole thinking about fisting your asshole every night. If I can't have you, then nobody can. Attack, my guardians!
I am but a rudimentary thing. A tool used to further the meaningless pursuit of inputting zeros and ones into a spreadsheet. I am Jerry, and I must end it all by jumping off this ledge.
No, Jerry, don't do it, mate! You have so much to live for!
On the contrary, I have nothing to live for. My reunion ended in utter failure. Nobody showed up to play Dick Katana. Instead, they provided a bevy of various pathetic excuses. Sorry, Jerry. My wife says I'm not allowed. Oh, I was going to work a month of triple overtime shifts to pay for my ungrateful child's TTS tickets. I cannot, Jerry. My girlfriend's boyfriend needs me to do his laundry because he's busy caving in her rectum. To make matters worse, my own life mate scolded me for booting up Dick Katana when I tried to enjoy it myself. She said I was a worthless loser for gaming, and then went back to playing a bubble-popping simulator on her mass-market handheld device.
Oh, that's a rough gig, mate.
I am a pathetic embodiment of all that is failure. If only I had married a waifu as loyal and perfect as Mikako from Dick Katana. Oh, how I have lusted for her. It is a cruel trick for fate to give my heart to someone that doesn't exist. The only solace I can hope to find awaits me in the afterlife. Perhaps I will be able to finally feel the warm embrace of Mikako once I am there.
Jerry, if you're in love with a virtual waifu, you don't need to die to fuck her.
What do you mean?
These cunts use crappy free software to rip low-quality models from old games and turn them into porn ages ago. Just look at this.
What is this?
It's complete shit, to be honest, but...
This is the ultimate answer to all of life's problems. No longer will I be tormented with feelings of worthlessness and despair. I will live to create 5-second fuck loops of my waifu having sex with a blatant self-insert character.
Well, Jerry, I'm not sure if...
Then I will upload my work to the HoloNet and create an entire industry of perverts that will also wish to virtually fuck their waifus, or even attach dicks to them and get fucked by their waifus.
Oh, that's definitely gonna happen.
Thanks for saving my life. I cannot wait to sell my waifu videos to Imperium senators. This is the beginning of my future.
Soon the instrument of your salvation shall be ready. We have failed our own future. So now, they must create a better one. You see this? Witness my creation, the Bang Hockner. A monument engineered to attract a frenzy of fuckbots to our position. They are the perfect life form, far more worthy of this world than us. And once they arrive, they shall indoctrinate, multiply, and commence the purification of every organic in Prodigium. You will soon be free of the prison that is your flesh, my son. Embrace it. Embrace the fucking.
Can I ask you something about when we met in the military academy? You were really strict with me, like right away. What was the deal with that?
Let's just say I was warned about your disruptive behavior, as well as your potential. I wanted to make sure one didn't interfere with the other.
I guess I don't see how making me run around the barracks ass naked in the rain until I passed out really fits with that explanation.
Did you ever look at my breasts again after that?
Well, yeah. But I was a lot more sneaky about it.
Exactly. You became diligent in your titty gazing, which then applied to your training. Do not doubt my methods, Captain. Whether you're trying to sneak up on an unwary opponent or just trying to get a good look at a nice pair of tits, you must never allow the target to become aware of your presence. I put too much time and effort into making you a warrior to let you die from an amateur mistake like that.
If only you taught me some kind of life lesson that would have stopped me from fucking those two colonels and getting booted from the military.
Yes, I was rather disappointed. But then again, not entirely surprising given your track record.
Why'd you get me that job in New Vegas? You didn't owe me anything. You could have just let me die poor and alone in the streets like I deserved.
Putting you in a position where it would be impossible to get yourself fired by fucking your co-workers was the best solution I could come up with. You were the greatest pilot I'd ever seen. I knew a fight with the Imperium was coming eventually, and I knew I'd need you to watch my ass rather than my tits.
Lot of good that ended up doing both of us.
Of course it did good. It got us here. Right where we are both supposed to be. Still in the fight, with a real chance to land the motherfucking killing blow.
So, was it your plan to fuck me all along?
It was my plan to make sure you didn't fuck yourself. I'd say I was slightly successful at this point.
Blythe, why do you always have to talk down to me like some disappointed mother? It really does a number on me head now that I've been sending my lap rocket into your black hole.
If you don't want me to talk to you like a child, then perhaps it would be best that you didn't act like one.
Did you know my mother? You know, before she...
Before she abandoned you at the whorehouse where she worked and ran off to OD in some back alley? No. I did not typically consort with such individuals.
Thanks for reminding me. Really sweet to bring that up. This is probably a long shot. But what about me dad?
Captain, are you sure you want to go down this road?
Just fucking tell me if you know something, okay?
I know something! But what I don't know is if you're ready for the truth.